been several years since I've gone on a dedicated photography trip to a completely new location. That probably should have been my New Year's resolution for 2016. The whole black and white thing, well, that hasn't panned out well so far. On my winter trip to Zion in Death Valley, I exposed a lot of black and white film, but I don't really have much to show for it. The handful of photos I liked from this year were all shot on color film. When visiting a new location, I spend some time looking at satellite maps and becoming familiar with the lay of the land. But it's amazing how different the place can be once I arrive. I didn't realize how high the cliffs are in Capitol Reef, and the soft color palette of the sandstone is so much different than Zion. While doing my research, I don't seek out the work of other photographers because I don't want other people's vision of a scene to shape my own expectations of a location. I know from past experience that seeing beautiful work from an unfamiliar location will bias me. I don't want to chase phantom subjects captured by other photographers. I've made that mistake in years past and have regretted it. My strategy for this trip is to spend a lot of time scouting and find subjects that inspire me. My plan is to spend the better part of a week here in Capitol Reef, then return to the trailhead for my backpacking trip when the weather clears up. Hopefully I can make use of the clouds and rain during my stay here at Capitol Reef. Even though this place is completely foreign to me right now, I'm sure it'll be quite familiar in a matter of days. I look forward to the process of scouting for subjects, waiting for good light, and hopefully exposing a few sheets of film. Well, I got my campsite set up. I was pretty happy to get a decent campsite. I was a little worried that this being the busy time, that the campground would be pretty full, but it was not a problem. I think partially because it's a Monday today. I'm sure it's pretty busy over the weekend. But I have spent some time kind of scouting around, and I'm just kind of getting to know the place, getting a little familiar with it. I didn't do a ton of research before coming here. I figured I'll do just like what I normally do, just spend a lot of time wandering, looking for things to be inspired by, and going from that. I was climbing around, scrambling around a little earlier, and found a kind of a cool subject. It was a juniper tree that was kind of grown on its side against a kind of a nice sandstone area. And if you photograph it right, it probably would look like it was, up against a wall, but it was actually on its side, which is kind of cool. But it'd be very difficult to shoot from the standpoint that I think depth of field would be a major concern, but at least have that on the back burner in case nothing else really jumps out at me. But I think today will be the day I spend a lot of time covering ground and seeing if I can find some interesting subjects. And that's kind of the way I work. Probably find something that catches my eye and come up with a plan of some way to capture it and see if it is possible to capture. There are some clouds in the sky right now. There's a super light rain falling this morning, but that seems to be clearing out a little bit, and nothing the type of thing where I have to worry about flash flooding or anything like that, because where I am right now would certainly not be good for that. But it's just mostly actually blue sky. There's a lot of blue sky that way. There's just a cloud over the top of us right now. But I'm gonna spend a little more time scouting and see if I can find some cool subjects and get to know the place. Well, I think this is one of those days where the weather can't quite make up its mind. One moment it'll be sunny, a little on the warm side, wearing sunglasses, and the next clouds come over, some rain falls. There's just a hair of rain falling right now. But after leaving the Capitol Gorge area, I went back to the campground and made some lunch, and it actually started raining pretty good. It's kind of a icy rain, so it's a little on the chilly side right now. The wind's really kicking up. I think another little bit of rain's gonna be coming in here pretty soon. But I'm over here by the Fremont River now, and just kind of wander around to kind of get a feel for the lay of the land. I'll spin you around so you can see the river here. And it's about the same as the Escalante River as far as the flow of the river. and so super easy to cross if need be, though I'm sure it'd be a little chilly to do so right now. The wind's really kicking up again, but I'm just taking this as an opportunity to wander around. And I actually found, when I was driving out of Capitol Gorge, I actually found some interesting walls of desert varnish that might be good to shoot. And there's some other areas too of some of the rugged cliffs that look pretty nice. It might be nice with a long lens. But since this, just like Zion, would be a place where reflected light does really well, it's kind of hard to preview the shots without seeing it in the light. And with all the clouds out right now, definitely not getting any reflected light. If anything, I think we'll probably end up getting a little more rain. But I'm just going to drive around and continue to see what I could find. It's always nice when I can start, thinking about what to shoot and when, so I can come up with a plan of what I want to do in my many days that I'll have here. Well, it's going on 5 o'clock now, and it's been a pretty long day. From getting up well before sunrise, Escalante area, then driving over here, finding a campsite, and really just been spending the day getting to know this national park. And it's a relatively small national park, pretty darn accessible. I'm just kind of learning some of the hikes I should go on and trying to get a feel for maybe some of the stuff that I should try to photograph. And I did find an area that seems like it'd be pretty promising, probably a long lens shot. So we'll see how it is tomorrow. I mean, if tomorrow morning has some sun, there's a chance I could be exposing some film, and that would be good. Some other areas too that actually kind of where I am right now in the sort of the Grand Wash area. There's a scene I found that looks pretty nice. That could look nice for a maybe an afternoon to evening sort of photo. But the only thing is this area is really windy, and I'm sure it's windy a lot because you see all kinds of wind formations in some of the sandstone. And that certainly doesn't work really well with a large format. It's actually pretty windy right now, though another little bit of rain's gonna be coming through in a bit here. But it's been a long day. My legs are very tired from just spending all day wandering around, kind of getting to know the place. And hopefully in the next couple of days or so, I can expose some film and be productive from a photographic standpoint. But I will say one thing, this is a really, really beautiful national park. And what really strikes me most is the way that the sandstone is. It's way different than Zion or the Escalante area. It's a very multicolored sandstone, lots of pastel tones. I pronounced that really weird. The sort of the plants and stuff really play into that very nicely, where it's chaotic yet it's organized. And there's many times I just wandered around and kind of found some scenes that looked really nice. I think it's just a matter of trying to find the right conditions to try to take some photos. So that will certainly be the challenge for this trip. But yeah, I'm beat for today. I'm looking forward to dinner and getting some sleep. If you love this content and want to help support my journey, you can do so by subscribing to my YouTube channel, telling a friend, or sending a voluntary contribution of just $24 a year with PayPal or Patreon. I depend on the generous support of people like you to produce this ad-free content. For more information on how to support me, please visit the donations section of my website. Thanks in advance for your support.